I've had a pretty crappy week. Go buy yourself some flowers. I don't have it figured out at all. Good morning, it is Saturday today. I thought we could spend a couple of days together because, to be honest with you, I have had a pretty crappy week, and I think we'll go into it a little bit more in the video, but I have kind of nailed recovering from a crappy week, a bad anxiety week, where my anxiety is very high all of the time. I get burnt out very quickly, so I have to do different things to kind of recover from that very often, more often than the average person. So it means I have a lot of experience of trying to lift up my mood and do things to fill up my cup. So I thought it might be quite nice to spend a couple of days together doing those different things, and maybe it will give you some inspiration or ideas of what you can do the next time you're feeling like this as well. So I'm at Waitrose this morning because they have a deli counter and I want to get a couple of sausages for my dinner. I want to make hot dogs with salad, so I need to pick up some bits for that, and you also need snacks for an elite recovery, fill up your cup kind of day. You need snacks, and I currently have nothing at home, so we need to get some snacks as well. I will say it's not easy doing these things and making yourself get out, get up and just, you know, go do things that will make you smile, because even today I was sat on my bed probably 20 minutes ago fully ready for the day, and I was like, do I even want to do this? Should I just sit on the sofa and just like write today off? But no, some days you do need to do that, don't get me wrong, but I know myself and I know today is not one of those days, and I need to get up, get out, do things that make me smile, take my mind off of things. So yeah, but anyways, let's not just sit here and let's just go. Let's just get up and do the damn thing and go into Waitrose. Thank you. I'm home and I thought I would show you guys what I picked up. The first one being these tulips. I'm obsessed. I love tulips, they're my favourite flower. But if you take one thing away from this video, I hope it's that you go and buy yourself some flowers. I feel like the stigma around buying yourself flowers, or like the thought that you can't or shouldn't or it's embarrassing, I feel like that's kind of hopefully gone now, and I feel like it was a bit of a trend at some point on TikTok to go and buy yourself flowers. But if there's anyone watching this, go buy yourself some flowers. Like, just go do it, because these were £3.75 and they're going to bring me so much joy. And then I also got a plant, which is perfect because my plant has died. It's dead. It's sad, it's looking miserable, and I needed to replace it, but I keep going to the garden centre and they are like basically dead as well. So I saw this in Waitrose and that's literally perfect. So I'll show you where I put it in my room. Also, do recommend getting plants for your room if you don't have any. I feel like most people do though. Okay, onto the food. I got some white finger rolls and 2 sausages from the deli counter for my tea. And then I'm gonna have that with some salad, which, yes, I may have cheated buying a box of salad, but do I care? No. For my lunch, I bought some wraps, a mini cucumber and spring onion, because I'm going to make my tuna crunch wrap, which I'm obsessed with, and I have the rest of the ingredients. I think I also have a cucumber, so that's why I got the mini one, because I just thought we don't need 2 big cucumbers. And then for a fun snack, I got Jaffa cakes. I know I said you need snacks, but I didn't really see anything there that was really singing to me. And I do have crisps, and I got some strawberries and nectarines, and I have some cookies as well as snacks. So I thought, there's nothing that I need, I'm just buying it for the sake of it. But I did fancy some Jaffa cakes. So I'm gonna put this away. It's around 12 o'clock now, and I am gonna have my lunch around 1ish, because my brother and I are going out to my granddad's 90th birthday party at 2. Let me put this away, and then we can put my new plant in my room and the tulips in the vase, because that is something else I am not very good at immediately putting these into a vase. I'm more of a in the sink with water kind of gal, leave them for a day, because I just can't be arsed. But I will actually put them in a vase because I need the happiness and the joy. I can't lie. home. I have been to my granddad's birthday party and it's now about 6 p.m. My friend Emily is actually going to come round and we're going to have a nice girly evening, so I will probably reconvene with you tomorrow. But this is also exactly what I need, just have a little moan with my good friend and just sit, chat and eat. So that's what we're gonna do. I will hopefully get a couple of clips for you, but I will probably speak to you tomorrow. And this is Marco, by the way, if you're wondering. Sunday today. I have already been up and about this morning because, full transparency, I felt very anxious, so I just knew I needed to get out of the house. So I went and picked up my pottery painting that I did last weekend. If you saw last video, you may have seen that. So I thought we could just quickly open it together because I have no idea how it might have turned out, and I'm very intrigued to see. I've also been in the shower and washed my hair this morning, put a load of washing in, just kind of started my Sunday reset and carrying on trying to fill up my cup after a bad week. So let's have a little look. I will just say I've done pottery painting once and I hated what I painted and how it came out, so I don't exactly have the highest hopes for this, but we'll see. Okay, I haven't looked. Ready? 3, 2, 1. To be fair, it's not terrible. Yeah. I'm not impressed. But this is the plate and how it turned out. I love how glossy these plates turn out. And I will definitely use this plate because I do need some more plates anyway. So yes, there we go. There's my blue daisy plate and how it turned out. 2 out of 10, maybe 3. I now want to clean my bedroom but reset it and refresh it in terms of like the decor, because I like to swap my decor in and out quite regularly, and I haven't actually moved my shelves around and put new decor out in a really long time. So I think that'll be really nice to do, because I feel like after a while your bedroom can feel quite stagnant with the same decor in all the time and you're not really noticing anything in your room. It's all just like the same. It kind of turns into a blur, if you know what I mean. So I do want to kind of switch it out, make it feel fresh, make it feel new and exciting, and that definitely helps with when I've had a bad week or in a bit of a rut or anything like that. It's just good to make your space feel fresh and new, and it's also just really therapeutic to do. So I will show you what I do. I also need to put my new plant out that I got from Waitrose yesterday. I've let that soak in some water overnight because it was quite dry, so I can actually finally put that out and get rid of my dead one. That's what we'll do together now. Okay, here is the very, very, very upset dead plant that we're going to swap out now. Oh, just. In my mind, this is very self-explanatory, but just in case anyone is wondering what I do and how I refresh, I will literally take everything off of my shelves and then wipe them down, dust them, and put my plants back into their place or a new place, and then I kind of build off of that, and I will just slowly start to build different pieces on my shelf and decorate it in different ways. There's a lot of moving around, a lot of changing, and then I always have to kind of sit with it for a day or so and see if I actually like it or not, because it does take a while to get used to having new things on your shelves. Let's take it all off and get going. As you saw, I also have my coffee in the world's cutest cup from Sainsbury's from the last video. It's a Jimmy's caramel iced coffee. So yeah, I'm also going to put my headphones on and listen to Emma's new podcast episode. thought I would just show you the finished shelves. These are what they ended up looking like. They're obviously not, you know, that different, but it just feels a lot more fresh. It's about 3:30 now and I've had my lunch and I just started to feel quite anxious. I was sat on the sofa trying to watch TV in peace and my anxiety was like, no, you actually can't do that in peace, I'm afraid. So I got myself up because I always find when my anxiety starts to get bad and it's like tinkering on the edge of, you know, something a bit worse, that I just feel frozen in that moment of like, I feel like I can't move. I don't know, I hope someone can relate to that or something, but I've just used my two saviours which I thought I would share. I used the Rollable for Anxiety, which has lavender, bergamot and ylang ylang, which is by Aroma Energy. So I just put that on my temples, my throat and my wrists, and then also obviously a holy grail, the Rescue Remedy drops just on my tongue, and I'm going to sit and do some journaling. But I thought before I started we could just have a brief conversation about one of the reasons why my week did not go quite to plan. In my last video, even in the title and the thumbnail of the video, I say I start a new job. I will start a new job next week. That job fell through the day before I uploaded that video, and I was like just having an existential crisis because for so many reasons I was really looking forward to that job. It was confirmed, my hours were confirmed, the schedule was confirmed, and then I got a phone call saying we don't actually need that role anymore. So obviously I was really looking forward to that job. I was looking forward to doing something different, being creative, working from home, seeing how that worked. But also I was then panicking of like, I've put in my new video that I'm gonna start this new job and I've gone and bought stationery and I was saying how excited I am, and now that's fallen through and that's so embarrassing and I need to cut that out of the video immediately and I'm just gonna have a really short video for that week. And then I was thinking about it, and one of the main things I said in my first video is I want to be so transparent, so open about how, you know, I'm struggling and how, you know, your 20s, your early 20s or whatever is really difficult, and I'm in a really tricky phase of life at the moment that I feel like a lot of people can relate to but don't necessarily talk about that much. So I didn't edit out the video and I did continue to upload it like normal because I just think it's something that we'll all go through at some point in our lives, probably multiple times in our lives, where something you're really excited about and you tell lots of people about falls through, and then you kind of deal with that, you know, disappointment but also feeling like embarrassed that it did fall through. And I definitely felt like that when I dropped out of uni because I really thought it was going to go well. I told everyone how amazing it was going to be and it wasn't. So I just want to say to you, like, you know, if you felt that before, I see you and I hear you and I feel you. And yeah, it's just one of those things that happens and feels so hard, but it would be so easy for me to cover that up and even potentially not mention that job again, still upload the video but pretend that I did start the job or something like that. But I don't want to do that. I just think that's inauthentic to me and what I want my channel to be. That's also why I just showed you what I use for my anxiety, which I've gone back and forth a lot with what I want to say about my anxiety, what I want to say about anxiety in general and metaphobia in general, and what I'm doing and what I'm not doing to help with my anxiety. And I think where we're still kind of newly talking about anxiety for the past few years, it's still not that widely spoken about, and it's only been very recent that people do even say that they have anxiety, let alone post about it. There's still a very blurred line of like talking about it and romanticizing it, and I never ever in a gazillion years want to romanticize anxiety at all, because it's not romantic, it's not fun, it's debilitating, and it controls your entire life. It's horrific. I feel like talking about it some ways, you know, showing these two little things in my hands that make a difference, or saying like journaling and doing a Sunday reset routine and, you know, like cleaning my room and going for a walk with the headphones in is so like romantic and fun, and that can eliminate your anxiety, and that isn't the case. Let me put these down. That isn't the case, but those are things like that help your anxiety by 1%, and that's what I do. Am I making sense? I don't know. Am I making sense? I don't think so. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I am going to be very open about my anxiety, as I have been in the videos that I've uploaded so far. I equally, in the same way, don't want it to be the only thing that my channel is around. I also don't want it to be the only thing that people know me as, is the girl who has anxiety, the girl who has emetophobia, because that's not the whole of me. And that's something that I'm also learning as well with therapy and self-discovery and stuff, is like, you aren't anxiety. Like, that is just a piece of you. Like, it might make up a lot of you or take up a lot of your brain space at the moment, but it's not all of you. Like, so many people in different parts of your life will know you for different things, of like, oh, like, I think Amy is so bubbly and confident. I think Amy, you know, I don't know, loves to dance. I know Amy as the girl who's a bit shy and unsure. I know Amy because her anxiety is quite bad, and we relate on that. Like everyone knows you for something different, and I think it's so important to see yourself as that as well. Of like, there's so many different parts of you. So I also don't want that to be the only thing I talk about on this channel, or the only thing that the videos kind of centre on. But equally, it is a big part of me, and I don't want anything to look perfect. I don't want anything to look polished. I don't want people to think that I've got it all figured out, because I don't. I don't have it figured out at all. Like, at all. I was at my Grandad's birthday party yesterday. I was speaking to like my 15, 16, 18-year-old cousins, and I was like, they have it a lot more figured out than I do. And I'm like 6 years older than these people. But like, I don't know what I'm doing. I work 1 day a week at a job that I love. And I am so happy when I'm there. I'm constantly trying to get into a new job, but constantly failing at it, or like not necessarily failing, but not necessarily succeeding. I'm not getting anywhere with that at the moment. I want to dance, but I'm injured and my hip stops me from dancing completely to the level I want to. But equally, if I want to be a professional dancer, I've got to go to university somewhere far away from home, and I'm not sure if I want to take that leap again, because the first time went so horribly wrong. Like, I'm just like a girl you know, going out for a coffee because she has nothing else to do, and like vlogging her silly little life. Do you know what I mean? Does anyone know what I mean? So yeah, I hope someone might relate to that, and I hope someone feels seen. You know, if you watch this and you feel like you're in a similar boat, or you feel like you've seen a lot of stuff online that is so unrelatable at the moment, and you might listen to this and think, oh my god, okay, like I feel the same way, like it's not just me. I hope someone feels like that, because that's why I ultimately want to talk about these things. I'm going to journal now, and this is something that I try and do very regularly. I should do every single day, but I don't. That is what I'm going to sit and do now, and let's sit and dump our brains out, shall we? Let's do that. I've journaled, I've worked out why I feel so anxious, so I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to listen to Emma's podcast still, because I have some like stagnant energy that I'm just letting myself sit in, and instead of that turning into productivity and doing things around my room, I'm ending up just sitting in it, and it making me feel anxious because I just have like that like energy I need to burn. So I'm going to go for a bit of a walk. As I mentioned in one of my last videos, I'm a bit of a dawdler when I walk, so I want to walk with a bit of purpose, and burn some energy, and I'm sure that'll make me feel a lot less anxious and a lot less jittery. So it's also a lovely evening, so I really am trying to get outside more, trying to exercise more, so it all helps. Even just 1%, it helps. It is now 9 p.m. I've just gotten out of the shower and gotten ready for bed, and I made my bed, so my room is feeling nice and fresh and ready for a new week. I haven't spoken too much this evening because I've just been really anxious. I definitely struggle with the Sunday scaries, but my anxiety's just been pretty bad today, so I hope I still got enough clips for you, and I hope it did feel like you were hanging out with me this weekend, because it definitely felt like that for me. And I just want to say thank you for watching. If you are struggling right now, or even if you're not, I just am sending you a lot of love, and I hope you're being kind to yourself. I feel like we're all just so harsh on ourselves all the time, and others as well. I see so much of it on social media of just constantly bringing other people down, and we just all need a bit more positivity, I think, and we all just need a bit more kindness, a bit more empathy, and just like leave each other alone. I definitely want to cut down my screen time. That is something that I was going to do in this video as well, but I haven't really achieved that. I'm just going to watch Moana 2 and then go to sleep, and when I get into bed every night I list off 3 highlights of my day, 3 good things of my day, and sometimes that is just the sunshine, the sunshine, the sunshine. Other times I've got 3 really big things, 3 really small things. Sometimes I'm laying there for about 10 minutes trying to find 3 good things in the day, but there's always going to be 3 good things in the day, whether you've had a terrible day or a really good day. And this has really helped me with my anxiety, and it also, I think, creates positive thinking in bed. I think so many times we associate bed unintentionally with negative thoughts or negative thinking, and whether you have anxiety, stress, depression, whatever it is, or you're completely mentally well and happy and free, I feel like everyone does lay in bed and think what they've got to do tomorrow, what they didn't achieve today, what they wish they'd said in that conversation, how that one thing was really awkward. And I think it just creates a negative chain reaction of every time you get into bed you then have negative thoughts. So I've found every time I get into bed and I turn all the lights off and I close my eyes, that's when I list my 3 good things from the day, my 3 highlights. So yeah, I really recommend that, and trying to implement that into your routine if you take anything away from this video of 3 good things when you get into bed. But I hope you've all enjoyed this video, and thank you for sticking it out with me, and I will see you next Friday for a brand new one. Bye.